Okay. So just as a reminder too, that last week of Christmas, there's no class. We come back again in January, okay? So just watch the calendar. Go. Good morning, welcome to the Marlborough Public Library. My name is Joan. Today we're doing our gentle yoga class on the floor. I just want to remind everybody, if this is your first time doing yoga or you're one of your first times doing yoga, do the best you can. There's no forcing, pushing into any pose that's uncomfortable for you. If there's something that doesn't feel good, you pause, you take a rest. And if you feel the need to assess how you're doing, I'm not doing well enough, it's too hard, whatever, let that go. Because yoga is a learning process. You want to see where you are at the start. Every time you do a practice, you build on the skill before, and it eventually becomes a place where you're home. The goal is to do your practice on the mat, so how you work and think and act and react on the mat, you will take forward into your life. Let go of judgment, let go of criticism, feel that sensation that you can pause and take a breath. So fingertips down, sitting in a cross-legged pose or any pose that's comfortable for you. You can bring your feet together, you can extend your legs long. Teepee your fingers, press your fingers down, lift up. Relax the shoulders back and down, tuck the chin, relax the jaw, and soften your eyes. And if you're comfortable, you close your eyes and you take a breath. And you ask yourself, how do I feel today? What is it I need to shift? What do I need to release? What do I need to move out and let go of? And what would I like to welcome in? What's my intention today for this class? Notice how you're sitting, feel the rise and the fall of the breath. Notice any place that's tight or uncomfortable. And let the breath on its own just get a little deeper. So as you inhale through the nose and you exhale through the nose, let the length of the inhale match the length of the exhale to start. And after you've done about 3 of these breaths, see if you can make the inhale long, but the exhale even longer. I am breathing in and I am breathing out into the space that belongs only to me. I treasure this space that belongs only to me, and I fill it up with air, pure potentiality, opportunity, clarity, a new thought. And then scoop the palms up and inhale and just lift up and gather anything that you need and feel like you're a magnet. And whatever you need, you're going to bring it right down the front of the body. And as you inhale and you gather more, inhale, feel that sensation that there's more than enough to go around. When you live in lack and worry and fear, you promote lack and worry and fear. So we want to fill ourselves up with abundance, gratitude, thankfulness, healing, contentment, courage, confidence, the opportunity to be true to ourselves at any given moment. And then left hand to the heart, right hand to the belly, thumbs up. And light it. Imagine that you're in your internal self, you're lighting a candle. And you start right at the base of the belly, and with the breath, as you inhale and you let the belly expand, and that light shines right up through the heart, into the throat, up and out the crown of the head. You fill yourself up with the intention that you are, fill in the blank, strong, flexible, comfortable. If this is your first class and you're trying it, give yourself the credit for trying it, because why not? Now release your hands and open up your arms and relax the shoulders down and feel the weight of whatever it is that you're holding in your life. And see if your arms, your shoulders, your neck, your head, your thoughts are heavy. and set an intention that you're going to move out what no longer serves you so you can fill yourself up with something else that's going to nourish you, allow you to flourish, to feel connected, to change your focus, to feel balanced, supported, strong, at ease, and flexible. And so we begin by moving the spine in its 6 directions. So we're going to take the right hand and let it rest down. Left hand comes up. I look up and I start stretching that side body. And then I go to the other side. And I start small because we're warming up the spine. And I open up from the hip to the waist, up the ribs, under the arm, through the arm, up and out through the fingers. And I turn from side to side, releasing through the neck. And I relax around the eyes, and I soften the jaw, and I allow the breath to move. And then I come back to center and lift both arms up, sink the shoulders down, and now I twist so that I can move in a diagonal direction, lift up, look up, pull in what you need, release what no longer serves you. Inhale, lift up. Let it feel like it's a flow. A beautiful piece of fabric moving in the breeze, connecting to the breath. Finding the rhythm of the movement of your body. Releasing negative thoughts, worries, fears, tension, and anxiety. Welcoming joy, peace, contentment, and ease. Inhale. Now when I'm going to lift up, arch back, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up. Fingers are soft, and then fingers move up and down with the breath. So as I lift up, my fingers are down, my wrists are soft. And I feel that opening through the chest, and then I come down. And now if I'm comfortable and I'm really flexible, I can bring my forearms to the mat. If I'm not that comfortable, I can take a block or two and rest my arms here. And you find a place as you rest right here to just shift a little bit from side to side. Now you're going to feel this in the hips, in the hip creases. You're going to shift your head's an extension of the spine. The shoulders are down and away from the ears. You're letting gravity soften through the face, relax the jaw. Good. And now if you have a second block, slide it forward, one palm on top of the other, and stretch as low as is comfortable for you, and take a breath. Sigh it out. Inhale, lift up a little. In through the nose with the breath. Exhale. Sink a little lower. Inhale. Now remember, you only go as far as is comfortable for you. So if you can't go down that far, there's no judgment, because that's where you are today. And then you slide yourself back and you sit up and you see if you feel different. And now stir the pot. So anytime we stir the pot, we're moving out stuff. I am releasing, and see if you can name something that you need to release. And then when you come around to the back of this rotation, pause. And now bring in something new. Healing, peace, contentment, courage, space, clarity, flexibility, opportunity, pure potentiality, creativity, problem solving. And pull in as much as you want. Feel like you're a magnet. And then come back and pause. And now I'm going to come off my legs because we've been sitting cross-legged perhaps for a while, and we extend the legs long. Now your hands will come behind. Your palms can be forward, fingers forward or fingers behind, and you sit up nice and tall. And you want to open up through the center, releasing through the heart. But be mindful that you don't want to overextend. It's not throwing everything back. It's filling yourself up as opposed to sending everything out and feeling like you're depleted. So the feet are flexed. We inhale, we lift, up. Take a breath, squeeze the shoulders on the back, relax into the pose, soften your face. Relax the shoulders down. Feel this sensation of opening the heart into a space that maybe you didn't even know you needed. So remember, we don't have to tell the heart to function. It does the work on its own. But sometimes the heart gets heavy with the things we fill up emotionally. So we want to calm that down. And we also want to calm center of the forehead, crown of the head. So what are the thoughts that are floating around in your head? Anything that's negative, we want to release that. Wiggle the toes. Begin to wiggle the toes. Feel that connection to the bottoms of your feet. So right now my hands are grounding me down and my feet are open to receive. Receive balance, strength, flexibility, stepping into a new space, walking a new path. Good, now I'm just going to rock gently from side to side. Keep the knees soft and begin to feel how this activates through the sitting bones. Rolling gently up into the hips, take a breath. Good, pause. Little circles with the ankles, toes in, toes out. And reverse your circle. Good, and then just little windshield wipers side to side. Good, bring that right leg in, and as I hold this ankle, I'm gonna stretch that left leg out. And just take a breath. Now, if you feel your leg can't easily come down, you can put a block underneath it. And you take a breath right here and begin to open up into the hip flexors. And you breathe. Now, I'm holding my left hand at the ankle and I'm releasing the right and I'm sinking the shoulder down and I'm breathing. And I'm softening the extended knee. My foot is soft. Now, if you're comfortable, you're going to take your elbow, and if you need to, if it's too far, you can always take a block so you can prop your hand on the block and bring your hand to your heart. And now I'm just going to let my hand rest and bow to myself. Keep the shoulders back and down. Feel that sensation that you're deleting. Thoughts, worries, fears, tension, anxiety, the unknown. And you're letting it roll right off your back. And you're creating a little stretch here by putting a little bit of weight into the bent knee. And soften the face. And use your hand to soften and relax your heart. And then just slowly bring it up and see how that feels. Now, if you're comfortable, you can extend your left arm to your left leg. It can rest anywhere where you want. It can come all the way to the toes. And you don't collapse. See if you can bring it up. Take a breath. Relax the jaw. Take your opposite arm and just bring it up anywhere that's comfortable. You don't have to go far. You can bring it all the way up and you can bring it all the way over. You only go where it's comfortable for you. And you breathe. And inhale, lift that up. And bring that leg so that you can slide it right down and see if it's just a little bit longer. And just rock. Good. Opposite side, I bring the left leg in. I shoot that right leg to the right. I find a place to land here. I pause, take a breath. Relax the shoulders down. Now I'm going to come just a little bit forward, just a little bit. Inhale, bring it up. If I'm comfortable, my right arm comes to the toes of the right foot, and I breathe. This could be enough. My hand can rest anywhere that's comfortable for me. If I'm comfortable, I can bring the opposite arm up and over any amount. And I breathe here. And I feel that side body stretch. Inhale and release. Good, bring the soles of the feet together. And now rock, and see if you feel a little more balanced. Good, and now as you rock from right to left in your little rocking butterfly here, bring your hands down to the ankles, knees come up gently, shoulders are down. Now I'm gonna curl back, knees up, stretch through the spine. Inhale, lift up, look up, relax the face. And you exhale and you release. And you inhale and you bloom and grow. And you feel that lengthening and softening through the spine, opening through the shoulder blades, releasing through the center of the chest, relaxing the eyes, the length of the nose, the back of the throat, the jaw, the front of the throat, the back of the neck. And then come to neutral, hands come around, and now we rock. And feel that sensation that no matter what happens, we rock from right to left, and we always come back to balance. Good. Stretch the legs long, take a measurement. Slide your hands, just stop if you can a little bit below the knees and pause and get a stretch through your back body. Inhale, lift up, maybe come a little further toward the ankles. Inhale, lift up, maybe you can come to the feet and you breathe. You stop at any point that works best for you. Feel that stretch through that lower back. Relax the shoulders, soften the face, and then slide right back up. I'm going to swing my legs to the right, and I'm going to come right into a deer pose. So my right knee fits into the arch of that left foot, and I sit nice and tall. So this is like one side of an antler, and I breathe, and I allow my legs to soften. Perfect. And I sit up nice and tall, and I keep my chin tucked, and I relax the lower face. And I soften through the eyes, and I invite my hips to feel that sensation of balance, flexibility, support. Good. Now my legs are to the right, so I'm going to just twist gently to the left. I'm going to look straight to the side, take a breath, keep that front shoulder down. Now I'm going to soften it, and maybe I can go a little deeper, and that right hip will lift a little bit, and I'll look a little more to the back. And then I come back to center, and I lift my legs, and I switch to the other side. And now notice, this side may feel different. Maybe your knee's not as comfortable here. Your foot can come out to the side, or your foot can come to the back. It's whatever's comfortable for you. One side may not feel the same as the other. And you breathe. Nice. Rotate toward, so my legs are left. I rotate to the right, and I start small. And I release straight through the side of the face. And I relax my eyes, my cheeks, my jaw. My tongue is resting at the base of the lower teeth. And I soften it a little more bit, and then maybe I twist a little more. And I breathe. And I let that go. And I bring the soles of my feet together and rock it out again. And breathe. Slide your legs nice and long, and let's just massage them. Do the tops of your legs. If you can go all the way down to your toes, that's great. Get some circulation there. And then sides of your legs, toes to hips. And then inside of your legs, when you're ready. and bring the right leg up, and with little fingers like combs, comb the back of the thighs, softening the hamstrings. And then make sure you get the back of the knee and the lower leg, front and back and sides, and massaging it all out. And then you switch to the other side and just invite everything to soften. It's a cold, wet day here in New Jersey, so muscles tend to contract. So we want to warm them up. Backs of the knees, so we move out some fluid we don't need to hold. And the lower leg. And make sure you get the front, the back, the sides, if you can go all the way down to the ankle. Good. Now, I'm going to extend that left leg. If I'm comfortable, I'm going to cross my right leg over. Ankle is off the thigh. I'm coming right into my rocking pigeon, and now I rock. And I open up the hips a little more. And I keep my head in line with the spine, chin in line with the sternum, and I soften the face. Relax the shoulders down and take a breath. And I pause. Now, I can stay right here, or I can, so my right leg is crossed over the left. I can bring my right arm underneath and lift the thigh and rock it like a baby, if that's comfortable for you. If you have knee or hip replacements or issues, you don't go there. And you breathe. Good, slide that leg, take a measurement. See if it's just a little longer. Wiggle it out. And then opposite side, and you invite the opposite side to come in, and you notice how that feels, and you take a breath. And then when you're ready, you can rock. And you breathe. And you don't want to pull anything that's tight. You want to invite it to soften on its own. And then when you come to stillness, if you want, you slide again the opposite side, you lift the leg, and you can choose to rock it or not. And you breathe. Good, bring that leg down, take a measurement, see how you feel. Good, now I'm gonna come down onto my mat. If I have 2 blocks, I'm going to bring those 2 blocks to the mat, and I'm putting my feet on the flat side of the mat. If I don't have blocks, I can bring my feet right to the mat. I want to lift and tuck that lumbar spine. Hands rest right on the ribs, and I slowly rock out. So now I want to massage out that lower back, mid back, upper back. Good. Now I'm going to bring my arms out, letter T. I'm going to look to the right and to the left, make sure my arms are right in line with my shoulders. And now maybe I want to deepen the rocking motion. So I get a nice little stretch right up the back of the spine. And I roll onto the inside, outside edges of the feet. And I keep my shoulders grounded on the mat. I can roll my legs to the right and look to the left if that's comfortable for my neck. I can go the other way, or I keep my head at neutral. Good. Bring your feet so your heels are resting into the mat. Lift and tuck the lumbar. Now just by pressing into the heels, you're activating through the pelvic girdle. This time I'm going to move my arms to cactus arms. This doesn't work for me, I choose another position with my arms, and I just rock gently here. Good, pause. I'm going to bring my feet to the mat, to the block, wherever it's comfortable. And now I'm going to bring my arms so that they rest right on the ribs, cross that right leg over, just like we did a variation now of another pigeon. And we just rock here. And my foot stays on the mat or on the block, and I just rock gently here, side to side. Now, if I'm comfortable, and I would like a deeper stretch, I can roll my knee to the floor. My head rolls, so my knee goes right, my head rolls left. I go as low as is comfortable for me. And then I roll foot to the floor. Maybe this time I want to open up my arms so I have a little more space through the shoulders. And I make this an expression of the pose that works best for me today. Remember your body, you meet each day with maybe a slightly different body, spirit, intention, and without judgment. So you want to invite the body to come back into homeostasis, so you feel more balanced. And then you come back to center. I'm going to bring my hands back to the ribs. I want to feel the breath. I want to feel that sensation of connection to the breath. Good. Bring that right leg in. Give it a hug. Stretch that leg up, straight up, point and flex. The foot at the ankle. Take a breath. Roll the foot around at the ankle. Get some flexibility through the joint. And then reverse your circle. Good. Shake the leg. Shake, 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 shake. Activate those nerve endings. Now you can hold right behind the leg. If you want a deeper stretch, you can hold the ankle on the back of the thigh and bring the toes toward the nose. This is going to be a big hamstring stretch. Maybe you want to stretch and massage right here at the back of the leg, especially if it's tight. But check the knee. If you need to switch hands, you can. Why not? And then shake again. Shake, 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 shake. Bring the foot to the mat or to the block. And then cross the opposite side. So I start again, crossing left leg over right. If you're on the opposite side, it doesn't matter. We're doing both. Hands are on the ribs, shoulders are on the mat, and I'm breathing. And I'm feeling the breath. I don't want to hold the breath. I want to make sure that I'm connecting to the breath. If I'm comfortable and I want more, I can open my arms and deepen the stretch by rolling onto the inside, outside edge of the foot. And feel that movement through the back body. Breathe. And then just come back to a neutral position and rock it out. Now you may feel like you're going to slide, so you just adjust accordingly, which is why you need to make sure your blocks are on the mat. Bring your left leg in, give it a nice big hug. Stretch it all the way up, big stretch here, point and flex the foot. Shoulders down and away from the ears. Roll the foot around at the ankle. And reverse your circle. Good. If you want a deeper stretch, you can bring that leg in. Big stretch here. One leg may be tighter than the other, massaging out the back of the hamstrings if needed. So my left leg's a little tighter today than the right. So I don't judge, I just soften it. Make sure maybe you need to soften the knee a little bit. If you need to, you can switch. Make sure you get all the parts you need. Toes are pointing toward the nose. Cross that leg over. And just rock again, arm out to the side if that's comfortable for you. If you want, you can go to cactus arms. Bring your hands right back to the ribs, whatever's comfortable for you. Good. Bring your knees into your chest, hold below the knees, and just rock gently here. Bless you. And just rock it out. Bring your feet up. We're going to go right into a happy baby. So my knees are bent, my feet are flexed, but not overly so. I want to feel like I'm balanced through the bottoms of the feet, and I just rock right here. Get the benefit of this as an inversion. Good. Straighten the legs, point the toes, point and flex. Get both feet nice and stretched out. Feel that back of the heel, around the ankles, the length of the fascia at the bottom of the foot. On each side, point and flex. Good, roll your feet around at the ankle. 4, 5, 6, reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring your legs out, nice V, and just rock it out. Good. And now bring your feet. Now if your blocks are in the way, just kind of put them to the side. Heels on the mat, toes are off, and I'm going to just take my arms, press them down into the mat, tuck the shoulders, and lift up. So I'm doing a wide angle with my feet, and my shoulders get a nice big stretch here, and I breathe into a gentle bridge. And then with this next inhale, I inhale, lift up a little bit, and then gently curl the spine. Walk my feet back to parallel, take a breath. Slide my hands underneath my head. Lifting the upper body without pulling the head, I can rock that space between the shoulder blades. Good. Slowly, gently rock the legs. Good. Bring the feet a little bit in so the knees and the ankles are better aligned, and then hands right to the ribs. Elbows are going to ground onto the mat, and I lift up, but I only go up as high as my hands will allow, so I'm not going beyond. And as you breathe in and you breathe out right here, and you soften, you release anything else you're holding down the whole length of the spine. You feel the thighs and you soften it. Don't let it get too tight. Take a breath. Now, if you're comfortable, you can bring your elbows into the side, ground your arms down, press like you're holding a huge block right here, and you breathe. You could reach up and hold that right above you, nice, strong energy. Touch your thumb to your index finger, and this is the mudra for peace. And we pull it out. And we surround ourselves as if it's like a half of a circle, a half of a sphere, a dome of peace. And we feel that sensation all the way around us. Good. Now, we're going to hold this for a while, so if you need to come down, you don't wait for me. I'm going to slide my hands behind me, keep that mudra, take a breath, expand the bridge, and then I'm going to bring that so I have now 300, I'm going to imagine that I'm creating 360 degrees. I'm putting myself in a beautiful balloon of peace. Once my hands land, I take a breath, and roll slowly and gently back down, and pause. I'm going to bring the hands back up, clasp the hands. This time I'm going to rock, so I can open that space between the shoulder blades, and just gently rock here. Keep the shoulders down. If I need more, I can bend at the elbow and let the elbow rest on the floor, and open up that space underneath the shoulder blades a little more, or through the center of the back, the thoracic spine. I relax. If you want more, you can invert your hands so that the palms are to the sky. You can keep your hands and arms extended straight. You pick what works best for you. And then when you're ready, you're going to open up your feet, soles of the feet together, release your hands, and slide into your full body stretch. Take a breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Stretch yourself all out. Take a yawn. Bring your knees into your chest. Cross your right foot over the ankle of the left. Palm your knees so that the fingertips are toward the toes, and a little circle here. So we do a little pelvic tilt and we ease out that back body. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then reverse. Keep the feet right in that same position. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep your legs up into your happy baby. Rock it out before we go to the other side. Just ease out. Get the benefit of this as an inversion. Good. Come to center. Cross the left foot over the ankle of the right. Widen the knees. Palm the kneecaps and just roll around again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and reverse your circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and again, bring your legs up, right into your happy baby, rock it out. Good, bring your feet down. Now we're gonna roll onto our side body. So I'm just gonna take my arm, it doesn't matter which side you choose. I'm gonna come onto my left side, bring my arm underneath my head to support it. I wanna feel like I'm sitting in a chair, so I'm creating a lap. My knees are in line with my ankle. My head is supported. My shoulder is back, and I teepee my fingers, and I just let all the weight of that side body rest into the floor. And if you get a yawn, go with it. Anytime you get a yawn, you've released something, so that's a great thing. Now, we want to stretch some more. So I'm going to leave my left leg, or whatever leg is on the floor, down, and I'm going to stretch that top leg straight out from the hip, and bring my arm up and over the ear, and one big long line here. Feel like I'm stretching out like a rubber band. I can wiggle my fingers and my toes and move my wrist and move my ankles and feel like a Gumby. And then you bring it in and you pause back into that same chair position and you breathe. Now, I'm going to get up and move. All you need to do is roll onto your back, maybe take a stretch, and switch sides. So you find how this side of the body feels when you change positions. Same thing. Try not to collapse the shoulders. Keep yourself nice and stacked through the shoulders. Take a breath. Notice how this side feels maybe in relationship to the other. Good. Extend that top leg straight out. Bring it as low as you can so it's parallel to the floor. Bring that arm up and over the ear parallel. So you want to get a nice long line and you stretch it out. Wiggle the fingers and the toes and move the wrist and move the ankle and you can go in both directions and feel like you're just lengthening through that whole side of the body. And then when you're ready, you bring that knee back in and you pause and rest again into your chair. And you breathe. Now we're going to transition into a child's pose. So it doesn't have to look pretty, but what I'm going to do to help myself get there is I'm going to just take my bottom leg and stretch it so I can roll onto my belly and bring myself up into a table. If I have a block, I'm going to place it underneath my forehead and just rest. Now, if I don't have a block, I'm going to do 1 potato, 2 potatoes, so I just stack one fist into the other, and I breathe. And I want to feel the sensation of grounding down, connecting the head, the heart, the belly, lengthening through the spine. My toes, my big toes are touching. My knees are as wide as I can comfortably make them. My shoulders are back and down. If I need to, I can roll my head. If I feel I need to create a little release here, especially if I have a lot of busyness of the mind or I have congestion or inflammation. Relaxing through the jaw, softening through the throat. Take a breath. If you're comfortable, you can extend your arms, go into an extended child's pose, teepee your fingers and stretch it all out. And then relaxing the arms. You can stay here, that's perfectly fine. You can move your block. You can take one palm and place it into the palm of the other, one hand into the palm of the other. You can come into an extended child's pose. You breathe. And let everything settle. Help the nervous system to slow down. So instead of going into fight and flight, you go into rest and digest. Slide your hands back to frame the face. Now we're going to go right into a wave. So I'm going to tuck my chin and I'm going to roll back into a nice curve in the back body when my arms are straight. That's when I lift my head and I gently roll back down into a gentle wave. Inhale and exhale, feeling the flexibility, the mobility of the spine. And I inhale and I roll it up. And I exhale and I bring it down. And I inhale and roll up. And I exhale. And I let this become part of my moving meditation. I'm moving my body as if it's in a wave of water with the breath, slowing down any other busyness of the mind. And when I come back up, I'm going to walk my hands as wide as the mat. And now just rock the shoulders and get a nice diagonal stretch here. And feel that connection, shoulders to hips. If I want more, I can go right into a gentle push-up. So I would roll my ear toward the mat. I bring it down as low as I want. I inhale and I push up with intention. And then I roll down. Now I can make it as big or as small as I want it to be. I can keep it high. You just want to feel that engagement through the arms. Inhale, and you in and up with the breath and down with the release. And a few of these right here. And take a breath with you. As you lift up this next time, pause and rock again and see how that feels. Feel that sensation that you've gained more space in the diagonal direction. Good. Now when I come forward, I'm going to take, since I'm facing toward the camera, I'm going to start with my left arm forward, prop the right arm, and slide. Now I'm going to keep my head here for just a breath and feel that stretch right underneath the arm as I go into threading the needle. I can stay right here. I can take a prop and I can go right down into the full expression of the pose. And you breathe and soften the hand. And wring out through the shoulder blades. And breathe. And then slide that arm that's extended back, gently lift up. You're not going to move, you're just going to switch to the opposite side. I take my right arm and I extend it, and then I slide, so I get some nice big space before I go into the nice twist of threading the needle. And I relax the hand that's on the floor and the arm that's extended. And I imagine that I'm releasing a knot. A few breaths here. And then slide that arm back and gently lift up. And I'm going to come right onto my hands and knees, tuck my toes, and go right into my dog and cat. So I'm in my table, my belly's tucked up, my head's an extension of the spine, my toes are tucked into the mat. I inhale and I lift up and I look up, I release the feet and I curl into the back, in and out with the breath. And I feel that lengthening movement through the whole length of the body, front and back. And you breathe. And one more big curl up and maybe wiggle it out a little bit. And then one more into your dog and wiggle it out if you need it. And then come into any variation of a child's pose that you want. And meet the ground. And let your whole body soften. And ask yourself to connect your head, your heart, and whatever else you need to digest. As one whole unit. And then slide your hands back to frame the face again. And we're just going to transition right into our Shavasana. So your option could be just to take the traditional Shavasana position, 1 foot in each corner of the mat. My arms are out in the letter A, my palms are up, I sink the shoulders down. Now, this can be very hard for the lower back, so if it's too much for your lower back, you bring your knees up, lift and tuck the lumbar spine. You can bring your knees together. You can roll into a side body, just like we did in a chair pose. You can pick whichever is more comfortable for you. You can sit up. Find that place that's going to allow you now to have all of the poses that we did together today meld. So if you need a blanket, if you brought a blanket, if you have socks, if you have a jacket, you want to put it all on. The room's a little cool, so feel free to make yourself as comfortable as possible. And as you land right here, do a little assessment. We started with the question, how do I feel? Ask yourself, how do I feel now that's different? Where have I created more space? Have I calmed the busyness of the mind? Can I take a deeper breath? Do I give myself permission to notice and observe the shift that I've created for myself? As you breathe in and you breathe out into this space, into your practice, ask yourself now to receive the gift of whatever you want: peace, courage, contentment, healing, opportunity, pure potentiality, courage, confidence. Maybe you just want the gift of stillness. It takes a lot of courage to come to stillness. It's easier to be busy than it is to be still. So the most important part of any yoga practice is the Shavasana, allowing your body to come to stillness so that you're better able to connect your mind, your heart, your body, and your spirit, because the word yoga means union. You want to unite to your whole self, your inner self, your external self, your subtle body, your external body, your spiritual body, your mental body, your emotional body, your physical body, your spatial body, your creative body, your problem-solving body. And so instead of having them be fragmented, you would want to invite them to create a union where all parts are working together as one. And don't overthink. If your mind starts to get busy, you just say to yourself, no, 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 no. I'm not going there now. I'm just breathing. I'm pausing. I'm resting in stillness. And feel the firmness of the floor, the mat, imagining you're resting somewhere on the earth, so that you're balanced and supported. You're strong, you're flexible, and you're at ease within yourself, in a body that's just as it's supposed to be on this day. So when your mind gets busy and you go down fear, worry, anticipation, what if, who said, blah, 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 you can't allow in the gift of peace, contentment, healing, joy. They cannot live physically in the same space. So we clear out what doesn't work and we invite peace, contentment, courage, stillness, healing, love, kindness, compassion, self-compassion, self-healing, whatever else comes to your thoughts. And on this second day of December, as we're quickly moving toward another year again, in this space, set an intention for yourself. Don't wait until the 31st of December. Set an intention for yourself so you plant the seed and it begins to percolate, to germinate, to take root. What is it that you would like to see unfold for you, manifest for you in the new year? And as you breathe in and you breathe out right here, and you relax into this space that belongs only to you, take a deeper breath. Make the breath as long as you can on the inhale and as long as you can on the exhale. And do as many breaths as you need, and let them be cleansing. And now begin to deepen your breath and go into a full body stretch and take a humongous yawn, a big breath, a sigh. Whatever it is that you need, stretch it all out. Breathe it all out. And then when you're ready, bring your knees into your chest and rock it out from side to side. Take your time. And then bring your arms and your legs up to the sky and shake it out, because I have to get you ready to get back out into the car, and I don't want you to feel like you're a little bit distracted. So shake and shake and shake and shake and shake and shake and shake, and then stretch it all out. Big stretch, big sigh, big yawn. And say to yourself something. I feel great. And it doesn't matter if you don't feel it. Tell yourself that. I feel great. I feel fantastic. I feel terrific. I feel powerful. I feel strong. Tell yourself that. So you bring in the energy of that word. I feel loved is the most powerful one you can pull in. And then when you're ready, roll on to whatever side calls to you. Take a pause before you transition into whatever's a comfortable seated position for you. Take your time. And sit however is comfortable for you. Doesn't matter. And begin to stir the pot, moving out anything else that doesn't work. And it doesn't matter how many, you want to do at least 3, but if you feel you need more, go for it. And then whatever number you did, just do the same thing on the other side so we create balance. And then when you come back to this rotation and you pause, inhale, shoulders down, lift up. Feel that stretch. Exhale, curl it back. Twist to one side. Twist to the other side. One arm down, one arm over, and stretch it out. And opposite side. And then hands in front and rock it out. And then bringing yourself back into a nice stance, sweep your hands and feel that sense that all things that are possible are coming to you at the perfect time. And you're setting yourself up to be open, relaxed, awake, aware, gathering to yourself that energy that you need to move through this day, so that as you move through this day, you find peace and you gather joy. So we bring our palms together and we hold it like it's a candle. And then we bring that light of awareness straight down through the center of the heart. And we bow to ourselves because you are the temple that's worthy of care and attention, kindness, love, and compassion. Namaste. Namaste, everybody. Have a great day. Please drink some water, eat some protein, have a little hot something to drink, and I'll see you next time.